People can't get enough of the Clown Prince of Crime. At least that's what Warner Brothers seems to think, now that news has emerged that not one, but 2 solo movies for the character are being developed. It's a move that raises a lot of questions for the casual moviegoer. Is Jared Leto still the Joker, or are we getting Joaquin Phoenix? And if they're both the Joker, how? We've got the answers to all this and more, so if you're wondering why everything seems to be coming up Joker, stay with us. Developing DC. Warner Brothers' DC Extended Universe is a movie series that's hard to talk about without bringing up comparisons to Marvel. Launched in 2013 with Man of Steel, the DCEU is a direct response to the success that Marvel Studios and Disney have been having with their cinematic universe since the release of Iron Man in 2008. Big differences have emerged in the way we learn about upcoming movies in each franchise. Regarding Marvel, we generally don't know what they're working on until they officially announce something, meaning that by the time we hear about a movie that they're doing, we can be fairly confident it's actually going to happen. DC takes the opposite approach, with leaks and rumors emerging about a downright confusing number of movies in development, some of which more than likely will never see the light of day. It's almost too much to keep track of, making things extra confusing for the casual fan.
There's been talk of like the Harley Joker film and the Gotham City Sirens. Are those 2 distinct things? Are you talking about the Sirens project?
No, it's a totally separate one.
Oh my god.
The Joke Book. Let's talk about the DC movies just related to the Joker in order of how likely they seem to actually happen. First off, there's Suicide Squad 2, which is reportedly set to feature Jared Leto returning to the role as part of an ensemble. Next, there is the most recently announced Joker solo movie, also set to center on Leto's Joker. Then there's the biggest wildcard of all, the Martin Scorsese produced, Todd Phillips directed, Joaquin Phoenix led Joker origin movie. Finally, there's the twisted romantic comedy project featuring Harley Quinn in the Joker. Supposedly, this movie replaces the Gotham City Sirens movie we've heard so many reports about, which also was reportedly going to involve Leto's Joker. In other words, Warner Brothers could be currently working on no less than 4 different films involving the Joker, 2 of them solo movies with completely different actors. The obvious question is how the Joaquin Phoenix movie could possibly fit in with the tone established by Leto's Joker, much less the continuity of the DCEU. The answer is simple: it won't. Elseworlds. Even before Justice League saw a theatrical release, word was out that Warner Brothers was in the process of reevaluating its strategy regarding DC Comics movies. Specifically, the studio started exploring the possibility that this whole shared universe thing might not be all it's cracked up to be. They'd hardly be the only ones to screw up a movie megaverse. Word is, Warner Brothers is in the process of creating a new banner for movies to take place outside of shared universe continuity. Under this arrangement, multiple actors will be able to play the same role, with anything that happens outside the shared universe being irrelevant to it. That way, any actor will be able to play the Joker on the big screen in an alternate universe story, having no effect on the storyline of Jared Leto's Joker. It works for DC's animated universe, so why not the big screen? For now, this separate banner remains untitled, and Warner Brothers hasn't done a whole lot to make the general public aware that they're making this move, leaving the door open for what feels like an unnecessary amount of confusion. Jokin Phoenix. So, what is this alternate universe, Elseworlds-style Joker movie? Here's what we know right now. According to reports, DC is developing a solo Joker origin story starring Joaquin Phoenix, directed by Todd Phillips of the Hangover series fame. Phillips is co-writing the script with Scott Silver, who wrote 8 Mile and The Fighter. The movie is being produced in part by Martin Scorsese, and at this point, there's every indication that Phoenix really has signed on for the role, though he's publicly been cagey about his involvement so far. A lot of the information that we have about the movie's premise comes from MMA fighter turned comedian Brendan Schaub, who spilled some showbiz gossip during an appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast.
As a kid, he had a permanent smile and everyone made fun of him. It's like on the streets of Brooklyn. It's like super dark and real. I can't wait.
Joker, a Joker story. Right now, not much is known about Jared Leto's Joker movie. The hunt is currently on for a director and a screenwriter, and it's unknown whether the movie will be produced before or after Suicide Squad 2. Either way, the earliest we'll see this is in 2019. As for the plot, well, it probably won't be an origin story. Leto going forward with the movie would seem to indicate that any bad blood that may have existed between him and Warner Brothers has more or less dissolved. If you'll recall, Leto seemed pretty peeved at the way his Suicide Squad work was treated in the editing room, with most of his involved performance ending up on the cutting room floor. Elseworlds apart. If the Elseworlds-style banner takes off, there are many stories in DC's stable that might get adaptations. One potential project Warner Brothers was once considering is Superman Red Son, a story that imagines how things might have shaken out had the Kryptonian crash landed in the USSR. As a story, it's the perfect example of what this alternate world movie banner could accomplish. Making multiple Joker films may sound like the strangest way to start it, but if Warner Brothers hits on something, it could very well revolutionize the way studios approach comic book movies. Maybe it's time to go to the next level, and wouldn't it be funny if DC was the one who leads us there? Despite the mistakes of even the rather recent past, it could work out for everyone, and that's no joke. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel, plus check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.